Hey guys, welcome to our new session on casting process. In one of our previous video, we talked about the testing process of molding sand. If you haven't checked it, click the link in the description below. In this video, we'll talk about another important topic in sand casting, that is cores. Yes, you heard it right. Why cores though? Well, to know why we are going to talk about cores, you will need to know what a core is and how it is important. As we know, there are castings which have complex shapes. These complex shapes in the casting can include features like internal cavities, recesses, or projections. To provide such shapes, cores are used. These cores are manufactured in the desired shape required for the casting, like internal cavities, projections, etc. The best quality of sand is used for making cores, and they are placed inside the mold cavity at a desired location. Now, do you guys know why cores are important? Well, without cores, it is difficult to obtain a casting with cavities or projections. Hence, it's essential for us to understand cores, their materials, properties, etc. Let's start with core materials. Core materials consist of core sands, binders, and additives. The most widely used core sands are silica, zircon, etc. Binders are used to bind sand particles together, and resins, molasses, etc. are some of its examples. The sand for core making must not have more than 5% clay content. Having higher clay content will reduce the core's permeability as well as collapsibility. The commonly used core sand is a mixture of several sand types such as oil sand, resin sand, etc. Let's discuss them in detail. For smaller castings, green sand can be used as the core sand. For manufacturing heavy castings, a mixture of fire clay, additives, and green sand is used. Dry sand cores have higher strength than green sand cores. Hence, the sand core obtained after the manufacturing process is heated in the oven to free it from moisture content. Oil sand or bituminous sand is also used in making core. Oil sand is loose and possesses several advantages over other types of sands. These advantages are good strength, good surface finish, and better collapsibility. The composition of a typical oil sand is 95 to 96% sand, 1 to 1.05% cereal flour, 1 to 1.5% core oil, and 1 to 2% water. Besides core sand and oil sand, resin sand is added into the sand for making a core. The purpose of resin sand is to provide good bonds to the sand particles thanks to its thermosetting and thermoplastic properties. Resin sand is used for their advantages such as good strength, low gas generation, good collapsibility, etc. We studied 3 sands which are combined to make the core. Are they enough? Well, the answer is no. CO2 sodium silicate sand is another important sand which is used for making core. During the production of core, silica sand and sodium silicate are rammed, and then carbon dioxide gas is allowed to pass through the sand. This is done to ensure that the core is hard. By doing this, the need for the core to be dried in the oven can be eliminated. Hence, using this sand enhances the speed of core production. Now, we shall move on to our next core material. Yes, we'll discuss binders now. As we know, natural sand does not have sufficient binding properties, and hence they can erode when placed close to molten metal. To avoid this and improve the binding strength of core sand, binders are employed. These binders provide better strength to the sand by holding the sand grains together. Binders are classified into 2 categories, which are inorganic binders and organic binders. Inorganic binders are those binders which lack organic ingredients and are in the form of fine powders. Some of these binders are fire clay, silica powder, aluminum oxide, iron oxide, etc. On the other hand, organic binders contain organic ingredients. These binders provide good strength as they harden quite rapidly. Some examples of such binders are petroleum oil, linseed oil, corn oil, etc. Now, let me ask you a question. Are core sand and core binder sufficient for manufacturing an excellent quality core? Well, the answer is no. In order to improve the special properties of core such as stability, refractoriness, etc., core additives are employed. Let's talk about all these additives, shall we? Fire clay, also called kaolin, is used as an additive to improve the stability of the core. Similarly, iron oxide and aluminum oxide are used to improve hot strength. Zircon flour and pitch flour help in improving the refractoriness of sand, and molasses improves the binding property. The collapsibility of sand can be improved by using organic additives like raw dust. Silica powder, paints, and graphite mixed with resin improves the surface finish of the core. With this, we shall bring the topic of core materials to a halt. It must be noted that these core materials must be strong and have sufficient hardness, permeability, refractoriness, dimensional stability, and surface finish. These materials must be sufficiently collapsible and allow minimum gas formation. That's all for this video, guys. In this video, we talked about cores and core materials. In our upcoming videos, we'll talk about core types, applications, and much more. Stay tuned and stay safe. Until the next one, bye.